So how do you know when you are charging too low for your services as an expert? That is what this video is all about. Today I'm going to be showing you how to know, how to be sure that yes, you are indeed charging too low. That way you can rework your pricing to begin to reflect the true value of your work, of your services, of the results that you deliver in the marketplace. So if you're ready to learn, this is the channel you want to stick to, and this is the video you want to watch till the very end. Are you ready? Okay, let's do this. All right, so let's talk about your pricing, especially if you are a coach, you are a trainer, you're a consultant, you're a speaker, and you are afraid that you may be charging too low because you hear people talk about premium pricing, attracting high ticket. Those are all buzzwords right now in the industry, and you're not sure if you are indeed charging the right amount you should be charging for your services. So there are three problems associated with low charges. The first one is when you charge based on time versus the transformation that you bring to the marketplace. So when you charge based on the time you would spend to deliver on the service, so because you are used to being paid per hour in your job, so you kind of just rationalize that, okay, let me also charge per session, so there's 4 sessions, there's 6 sessions, and per session is $50, for example, or let's say even $200. And so because I will be working with you for the next 6 weeks, therefore that is $1,200. That's it. That is a problem, because as an expert, what counts as your value is not just the time you put into delivering the value. It is the transformation you are able to deliver as a result of the value. So you want to charge your client based on the transformation you know for sure they would get when they work with you, not the time it will take you to deliver it. That's the first problem you want to avoid. The second problem is you are charging out of fear of rejection. You haven't dealt with your fear of rejection. You're like, oh, if I say it's $5,000, they may reject it. And when they reject it, you take rejection personally. You think, oh, that is a reflection of your person. But no, it's not. If anything, it reflects them. It shows that they are not in the right frame of maybe mind or space at that time to afford what you have to offer. And their no is not a rejection of you, it's a rejection of your offer. So if you're constantly in fear of rejection because maybe you're a people pleaser or you just love for people to always like you, you will find yourself charging way lower than you should ever charge. So you want to deal with your fear of rejection. Know for sure that people are not rejecting you when they say no to your offers. They are rejecting your offers, not you. So you want to deal with your fear of rejection. Another problem, which is the third problem here, is that you are worried that people won't pay. You are making decisions on people's behalf. You haven't told them how much it is. They haven't rejected you. They haven't told you they cannot afford it. You just assume. You just take on their worries, take on their assumptions, take on the assumption that they will not pay you. Why would you do that? Why won't you allow people to tell you they can't afford it or that they won't pay you? Why would you make the decision on their behalf? Allow your prospects to decide. Allow them to give you the feedback that indeed they cannot afford it. So you want to stop deciding for people and give them the opportunity to say yes or no. And if they say no, it is not a reflection of you. Because, hey, if anything, you and I both know that you are good at what you do, that you deliver amazing transformation. So, heck, if they say no, they're saying no to their transformation, not to you as an individual. Are we good? Great. So what is the answer to this problem? Is number one, you want to price for the problem, not your time. So look at the value of the problem you are solving for your clients. I mean, imagine if they stayed in that problem for the next 1 year, 6 months, 2 years, what would they pay for remaining in their problems? That is how you price, which also tells you something. You want to charge based on the value of the solution you are bringing to the table. And this should tell you something. Value is not the same, or solution, a solution is not the same value to everybody. It's not. So you want to look for people who have attached a higher value to the service you have to offer, to the solution you have to offer. Don't just go around solving a problem to those who don't consider it really a problem. Maybe to them it's a vitamin. So, for example, I do some financial literacy coaching here. And whenever I'm teaching teaching some people about how to improve their credit and things like that, they don't really see a big deal in it. Some people don't see, like, okay, you know what, I'll wing it. But however, I spoke with somebody today, and he's an expatriate. He's new in the country. He has businesses, but he's unable to qualify for business loans because his personal loan is not. Business loan because his personal credit history in the US is not strong enough. So today I was like, okay, so what's your credit score? He says 620. I'm like, 620? What? That is so low. I could work with you in the next 3 months to bring this up to 720. He said, Timmy, you can? I'm like, yeah, I can. He said, Timmy, do this for me, and I'll pay you so and so. And I'm like, okay, that is something somebody would pay me for ordinarily. But to him, it was worth a lot because he has millions of business deals he wants to deal with. But because he has no history, he's unable to access business credit. And before they will give you business credit, all this Chase, Wells Fargo, and so on, if you don't have business credits, they go and pull from your personal credit, even though they will use your statement, your account statement, to tell how much you are worth, but they still need some form of credit history. So this guy is like maybe 3-4 months in the US, though he's been doing business here over time, but personal credit history is nothing to write home about. So he keeps getting denied, like there's no experience, there's no history, there's no this, and that is affecting him. So you see, now that is something that somebody else wouldn't be willing to pay so much for, but he's willing to go all out and pay for it. So what do I do? Definitely, I serve people like him to build their credit history in the United States. Do you understand? That's it. So number one answer here, the answer to your problem is price for the problem, not your time. The second answer is people associate price with quality. So you want to be sure that you're not pricing from your fears, your fear of rejection, because if you do that, you may end up hurting yourself. You may end up giving people the idea that the value you have to offer is little, and you and I both know it's not little. Okay, so you want to price, associate quality with your pricing, just the same way your prospects will be doing. Number 3 answer is higher prices attract more committed clients, and by now I think you know that. Yes, higher prices attract more committed clients. When they pay more attention. You don't want to be that coach who is charging so little and then people are not really committed to doing the work with you. So you want to charge appropriately enough to get the commitment of your clients. So in all, I want you to please price. So how do you know if you're charging too low? You're charging too low if you're charging based on time, not the transformation you're offering. You're charging too low if your pricing are based on your fear of rejection. Number two, you're charging too low if you're worried people won't pay you the amount you really would have loved to charge. Those are the three indicators. And I'll wrap up by saying that lower prices attract low effort buyers. Don't be caught up in that web where you have low effort buyers. And very honestly, your price is also your positioning in the market. Yes, how you price yourself, what you put as your price tag also tells us your positioning in the market. Right now, I have the stats that says 70% of consumers, they say they buy based on perceived value, not the lowest price. Yeah, I've seen cases where they will put the same wine in different cups and they will label it low quality, high quality, and people would swear that the one that was labeled low quality tastes better than the one that was labeled, so the one that was labeled high quality, tastes better than the one that was labeled low quality. They would swear, even though it's the same bottle of wine in both glass wines, in both wine glasses, right? So you really want to be, think about that. So imagine you are buying let's say, a parachute on sale. Okay, so a parachute is supposed to be a lifesaver. I'm thinking of like a extreme case of buy a parachute that is on sale going for maybe $10. You really wouldn't trust it, would you? I doubt it, because you need your parachute to work when it's time to work. Imagine you are skydiving from like some thousands of feet above above the ground level. You will not want to do a parachute on sale. You won't trust it. So what should you do? I highly recommend that you fix your pricing. And there's this thing I learned from Alex Homonzi. He said, when you begin to have 50% close rates, double your pricing. That there is a price increase right there. So out of every maybe 10 people you speak to, 5 buy. So to you and I, it's a pretty good close rate, right? I used to boast like, oh, I have 80% close rate, 90% close rate. Apparently, I was shortchanging myself. So what did I do? I raised my fees. And so according to him, your price rate, your closing rate should be around 30%, right? Because not everyone should be able to afford you. Now, if you're not sure of your pricing and you would like someone to look through your offers and your pricing, there will be a link below this video where I can work with you to audit your offer, audit your funnel, right? It's a free call that you get to apply for below this video. Just apply, and then once your application goes through, you'll see the link to book a call with me. All right, so that's it for this video. I trust you've learned a ton. Let me know your comments, and if you saw this video to this level, send me a chat on LinkedIn. I'll put the link below, and then let's just say parachutes. Yes, let's use the word parachutes as our code. I would love to connect with you on LinkedIn. I would love to connect with your content, engage with your content, and just create some great connections between us. So that's the code word, parachute. I would know you saw this video till this very end. Until next time, go and apply for your audits right now, and I'll see you on the call or in my next video. Bye for now.